And like Brian Cox used to say when Dave Wannstedt was the coach, only thing they had to be doing in the locker room at halftime was taking a piss. Because the Green Bay Packers, they got comfortable, in my opinion, saying, oh man, Rodgers ain't playing. We ain't got nothing to worry about. Deshaun Kaiser ain't worth 1,000 cookies, man. And the Green Bay Packers came out. The great Aaron Rodgers did what Aaron Rodgers and the other great quarterbacks did do. Sliced this team up. They went into a prevent style defense and a zone coverage. You dropped one of the best defenders in the league into coverage in a crucial point in the game. Biggest question mark in the world hanging over that coaching staff head. I don't understand why you do that, but it's neither here nor there. I'm not going to worry about it. Aaron Rodgers sliced up the Bears. Jordan Howard had 82 yards. Randall Cobb had 142 yards. People, only issue I have with the Bears is second half of the game, Mitchell Trubisky looked like money-making Mitch off paid in full, man. He was looking terrible. He was looking like he didn't want to get all sweaty out there, man. It was terrible. Mitch Trubisky looked like shit the second half of that game. I'm going to say it. He didn't look like a damn thing. Mitch needs to get his act together. I don't anticipate that happening again. It's going to be a very interesting situation. This leads me into Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football was not shocking at all. The only reason it was shocking is because the Jets blew out the Detroit Lions. This is the same old sorry ass line. Matthew Stafford, Matt Patcho Stafford's did what he always does. Again, he looked ridiculous. The Jets came out and actually said that nothing changed. They didn't change anything. This is why I leaned into earlier when I said great coaches, people who I would consider great coaches, they prepare their teams. They prepare their underlings to be great coaches as well. Matt Patricia, we don't know anything about him, but what we do know is you need this. This is not high school. Turn your damn head around, man. Y'all don't want to hire Rob Ryan as a coach because he looked like a hippie. You got to do it on the sideline with a big Santa Claus beard with his hat turned to the back like he's 16 years old. Wonder how that'd fly if he was one of the bros. It wouldn't. But anyway, with that being said, the Jets did exactly what I thought they would do. I didn't think they would score 48 points, but I did think they would dominate this game. Reason being, the Jets hit the reset button, cleared house, and they still won, I think, 6 games last year. When you win 6 games in the midst of a reset situation, that means your coach did a hell of a job coaching. I know he did. Sam Darnold did his thing. Don't nobody want to give my man a whole lot of credit. I understand. He a bruh. Bruhs don't get a lot of credit. They get all the blame. But the coach there, man, I'm telling you, Todd Bowles coached his ass off last season, and it looks like it's carrying over. He has the locker room. He has Sam Darnold focused. They're not asking him to step outside of his comfort zone. What I liked about this. When Sam Darnold stepped out, he was first read, second read, or throw it away. I like it. He didn't miss any. One of the few balls that he missed was an intentional throwaway. He looked very comfortable. He looked like Sam Darnold, and he looked like he made the Detroit Lions look like the Detroit Lions. I don't expect no playoffs or anything from the Jets, but the Jets will be wildly competitive this year. They are 7 games away. With 15 to go, they're 7 games away from a respectable season. Much love to Todd Bowles, which leads me to the Oakland Raiders. They look like the Chokeland Gators. Everybody told me, watch out, Chucky's back. Chucky's back. Chucky's back. And they look about as good as their last Child's Play movie. Terrible. The Oakland Raiders look like shit. They look unprepared. I'm trying to wait on everybody to start clowning this coach like y'all clown everybody else. You know, like when when they lose, Mike Tomlin is the devil. What the hell going on with the Steelers? Blah blah blah. This is what bothers me. Y'all would kill Mike Tomlin, but y'all let Chucky slide. This dude is a pathological, bold-faced liar. Anytime he's coaching men versus younger men, adult men, grown men versus young guys in the league, he loses the locker room. He lost Sapp in that crew. He lost Simeon Rice in that crew. He lost Keyshawn. Every time he has strong personalities, he has a problem. What has gone by the wayside is this. Khalil Mack is a Chicago Bear. Everybody talks about, even me, I made excuses for the cash-strapped Raiders. But Rod Woodson, Hall of Famer, shed light on something this week. When he held out twice. Bill Cowher was his coach. Bill Cowher was as old school as it get. But you know what Bill Cowher did? He said Bill Cowher was constantly in contact with him and said, hey man, we want you here. You know, we got this, we don't understand what business is, but we want you here with the Steelers. And that made it easier for him to come back. John Gruden talked to Khalil Mack one time. Hello, I'm the new coach. Never talked to him again. And Mack forced his way out. Here's the problem I have with John Gruden. The first thing this jackass said at his press conference was, we need pass rush. What? You just gave up one of the best pass rushers in the league, dude, that just happened to have a sack, a forced fumble, and a pick and a touchdown run back. He had a touchdown, a forced fumble, and a sack. He probably had should have got credited with a couple half sacks. He should have had 2 sacks, but he had a sack, a forced fumble, and a touchdown. And you talk about you couldn't generate any pass rush against the Rams. The Raiders were penalized like you wouldn't believe. And don't give me that nonsense about it's the Raider culture. Man, that shit was 50 years ago. Al Davis been dead about 6-7 years. I don't want to hear that shit. You the coach. You getting paid $10 million. You fucking up, John. And don't nobody want to hold your feet to the fire, bruh. John Gruden has not impressed me. I was not impressed with the hire. I wouldn't have gave his ass 10 years. And just keep this in mind. What you just told everybody in that locker room is, if I don't get along with you, we gonna trade you. So hopefully he's a man of his word outside of lying when he said he talked to Khalil Mack. And Al Michaels said he talked to Khalil Mack on the Sunday show, and Khalil Mack told him, if John Gruden would have told me he really wanted me there, I would have figured out a way to stay. And John Gruden is lying to the press because they know this is why y'all need to be listed in on the bench, because a lot of people don't know this. But John Gruden ass is worthless. Excuse me. John Gruden ass is overrated. He should be on my damn list. And with that being said, I'm finna shut down this last 3 on the Supreme Court of the most overrated players, people in the history of sports. Number 3 of my most overrated players in the history of sports is Karl Malone. Karl Malone, again, is another player that if you read his resume, he's much like the supervisor that none of us like at work. Most people have worked with somebody and they at work and the new supervisor come in and everything was running smooth and they hired this new egghead Fred or egghead Etna, and he or she has a degree and a whole bunch of stuff. They probably don't have a damn thing to do with your job. And they got new ways, and the computer told them to do it this way, so I'm going to shine, and I'm going to be the new guy. And when you read that resume, they graduated from Northwestern, they graduated from Taylor Business School, they got the master's from Northwestern, and they graduated at the top of the class, and they were at another company, and the company did great, and then all of that and how fair they're going to be, and then they come into your job, your place of employment, and they don't know what the hell they doing. Oh yeah, of course, Joe. You knew Karl Malone was on this list, flat out. And they don't know what the hell they doing. That's reading the resume. The resume said you can fit for the job, and you're not there. Karl Malone got a whole bunch of points. Now, hopefully, Angry Black Man and Trey and anybody else who watched basketball, Joe, you said you knew was coming, so you knew this question was coming too. If you don't think Karl Malone belongs on this list, Kevin McHale, working out in the post. That was his go-to. Dominant post player, unstoppable man with 1,000 moves. Charles Barkley, 6'4" power forward. Nobody can outwork him. Undersized, explosive, kill you in the post, kill you square face to face, blow past you, dominating on the boards, springs the whole nine. That was Charles Barkley. Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental, up and under on he the black Kevin McHale. Rasheed Wallace, inside, outside, arguably one of the most talented power forwards ever. He can give you the 3. He can give you the 2 in the post. He playing defense. Chris Webber, probably the best all-around power forward we ever seen. Off the dribble, popping, shooting pop, excellent passer, back you down, undersized. He can play center the whole nine. Give him the ball, work out with 10, 12 seconds, 8 seconds to go on the clock. He gonna give you buckets. He gonna make a pass. He gonna do all that. For everybody who don't think Karl Malone belong on this list, what the hell does Karl Malone do? The pick and roll. Are you telling me that you're one of the greatest players in the world because you can execute a play? That everybody else that I named, if you put any of those guys with John Stockton, they would probably have more points than Karl Malone. Because for one, all those dudes hit free throws. And for 2, they were just better players. How is Karl Malone ranked number 3 when you talk about power forwards? And he's nothing more than Buck Williams. Because, hey, for those who don't know, Buck Williams averaged 20 and 10 one year with nobody, with Darryl Walker as the point guard in New Jersey. And you can say what you want to say. Ain't nobody gonna be looking for Darryl Walker when they talk about, hey, man, I need a good point guard. I need a good point guard. Go get Darryl Walker. Nobody says that. No one says that. Nobody's talking about Buck Williams in the Hall of Fame either. And I was incorrect. He averaged 18 and 12. His first 5 years in the league, playing with the New Jersey Nets, Buck Williams, 15 and 12, 17 and 12, 15 and 12, 18 and 12, 15.9 and 12, 18 and 12, 18 and 10, 13 and 9, and come on, man. Don't talk to me about no damn Karl Malone. Karl Malone he should actually be a little higher on this list. My one dude who gonna shock the hell out y'all, Joe probably know who next on this list too, but Karl Malone, I ain't trying to hit nobody who played every game and you ain't really impressed nobody you ain't got no go-to move. Your go-to move is a play. Every time we think about you in big moments, you think about Karl Malone, you think about the year before they made it to the finals, him on the free throw line against Seattle Supersonics, down 1, shooting 2, he missed both free throws. You think about they had the Lakers down 3-1 and lost that series before that in '88. You think about Scottie Pippen telling him the mailman don't deliver on Sundays after they did an expo on how he's improved his free throw. And then they do another expo on ESPN and they talk about the mailman and how you can't strip him, man. We know what happened after that. And don't tell me, oh, that was Mike. Mike my ass, man. If can't nobody strip you, Mike shouldn't be able to strip you either. Mike stripped him, game over. You can say Isaiah Thomas don't like him, which he don't. And I'm an Isaiah fan. I'm not doing this because I like Isaiah, because I don't want to have a baby about the chump. He the man. He from Chicago. I'm rolling with him. But at the end of the day, Karl Malone, even Isaiah Thomas said Karl Malone should have took more shots. Nobody at the round table said, hey, man, stall him out. Nobody said that. They were just like, yeah, okay. That was it. Nobody pushed back on that point. If Stockton would have shot more, they probably would have won more. So I ain't trying to hear this. Again, he got the resume. He got the all-star appearance. He got the MVP. How that mug beat Michael Jeffrey Jordan out more than once for MVP. Come on, man. This dude beat Michael Jordan out for MVP. I think this dude was a 2-time MVP, if I'm not correct. This dude was a 2-time league MVP. Bruh, stop. You telling me this dude was more valuable to the league than Kobe, Bean, Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal? Man, this dude missed me with that bullshit. Please, stop it, man. It ain't my turn, man. Skip over me. You can't trick me with that. This dude was better than Jordan twice. Stop. I said that Saturday. Enough with that bullshit about, I mean, you done won it enough. If ain't nobody outplaying me,